Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too. Underground Gospel Radio.
Yo, we are back.
We are back.
What's going on? What's going on? What's happening?
What's going on?
All good.
How's everybody doing?
Absolutely amazing.
Everybody's great?
Yes.
Everybody's great. It's been a minute, though.
It has.
Right. It's been a while.
It has.
Big Win, what's going on? What happened?
Why do you? I didn't say a word.
But you didn't say a word. But
I said
everybody's
wonderful.
talking around the table.
His silence
Except
was
for you.
very loud.
We just started. I feel picked on.
Never.
No, never that. But yes, we are back in the underground, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited to be
I
back
look
in the
light
underground.
skin. I like this. I like this. I'm gonna bring me a little light to sit right here.
You know,
Cause I want to look real Michael Jackson.
no.
See, I look a little dark, but I like that.
So funny.
But yeah, we are back in the underground, and I'm so excited, man. Listen, we got so much going on that, man, listen, I'm telling you, y'all need to get your people in the building.
Oh, yeah.
Get your people in the building. Make sure they let the people know that we are back in the underground.
Oh, yeah, we gonna talk. We gonna talk.
We got a topic today that's gonna blow your wig back. Listen, we
I'll fight you. And will.
Oh, I forgot. It's
And
sewn in.
will. I will fight you.
It's sewn in. I'm
You
sorry.
forget she's from High Point.
Yeah.
All the time.
Listen. But yes, we got a topic today that will definitely, is definitely one of those things that is gonna definitely have you guys questions. You're gonna have some questions. We're gonna have some enlightenments. We're gonna have some one of those things that be like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize that. I didn't know that. I didn't, I didn't piece that together.
Right.
But yeah, so we definitely.
I'm really getting old. Maybe because I just got over
loud?
a cold. Man, I feel like I'm in the club.
So funny.
Already.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, once again, let everybody know that we are in the underground, and let everybody know that we are back with a great topic today.
Yeah.
And we gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. So let's go ahead and
We not scared.
we not scared.
No.
We not scared at all.
Y'all act scared. I'm gonna call y'all out.
Oh.
Oh, you calling people out now, huh?
Yeah.
Doesn't he always?
Yeah, he do.
Oh.
You're surprised.
But I'm just saying though, you did call out on the morning show though.
That's
You
call
did.
out, dude.
Yeah.
Well,
you did.
that's because.
Oh, you've done some extra stuff.
You put on the spotlight on the morning show.
Wow.
So,
All the
I
time.
mean,
I apologize.
All the time.
yeah.
But
so-
it's fun. It's like having. I never had a little sister.
Yes.
So this is really
So he
fun.
abuses me.
Yeah. It's really
I've never
fun.
had a little sister. So
Yeah.
I abuse her.
Yeah.
But yes, so listen, let's get this thing rolling. I'm your boy, Severus the Artist. I'm your brother. I'm your nephew. I'm your cousin, but I ain't your daddy.
And I'm your boy, Big Win, your ultimate entertainer. Sometimes you might need to turn my mic off.
Turn his mic off.
And as always, this is Lady Angie, and I'm here for it.
Oh.
It's your boy Mario, the silent assassin.
Because we already know Jesus is outside. Because the word of God is going up and it's coming down in the underground. Because Jesus is for everybody. Everybody. Not somebody, everybody.
Everybody.
So listen, let's get right into the topic, man. We ain't gonna prolong the time.
Yeah,
we ain't gonna waste no time because I already know that this topic is definitely gonna send some people over. So listen, so the topic for this week is expectation versus entitlement.
Yeah.
Expectation versus entitlement. The reason why that topic is so prevalent right now is because I believe, and everybody at this table definitely believe that America suffers from this.
Yeah.
America suffers from this, and not only just America, but the church suffers from this. Yeah. So I want to bring up, this is a topic that we've been doing for about 2 weeks now. Mm-hmm. So because it's one of those topics that we really have to dissect and really dig further into it, to the point where it's like, man, listen, I want to really engage with a lot of people and really enlighten a lot of people that, hey, listen, this is what is going on in your life. This is why it's happening. And this is what needs to change. All right. Mm-hmm. So listen, The topic direction is, does my relationship with God gives entitlement or expectations? Does my relationship with God give entitlement or expectation? So listen, here in Philippians 2:5-8, it's simply, Paul was simply explaining, beautifully reminds us that Christ laid down his entitlements. If anybody had an entitlement, was Jesus.
Yeah,
He had the actual official entitlement.
Yeah.
But if he can come and lay down, so when he became, when he was born, came through the womb, came through Mary, he laid down his entitlement at that moment to become human.
Wow.
You understand? So therefore, right now, that explains where Christians suffer from being entitled, from being entitled to the point where, like we was discussing in the morning show, man, listen, when you come over to God's side and when God starts to bless you and God starts to answer prayers, when God starts to move on your behalf, you become unconsciously entitled.
That's right.
Yeah.
Unconsciously entitled. So here, Paul beautifully reminds us that Christ laid down entitlements so that we may share his glory.
That's right.
That's a big part. That's a big part because nobody wants to share glory no more. Nobody wants it. Everybody wants everything for themselves.
That's right.
We are now living in a selfish society.
That's right.
As Christians, we should not only trust God when we don't get what we want,
Yes.
we should also follow the example of our Savior and choose to give up what we think we deserve.
Yes.
Oh, so you just can't concern.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
We just gonna say amen.
We just gonna set right here.
We're going to sit right here,
Yeah,
right?
He kept reading. I said, "Oh, he got a sermon."
Oh yeah.
See, I have nothing to add to that, and it's because I felt entitled because I thought he told me to be entitled.
That's good, though. That's
He
good.
did.
Because,
He said things like "walk boldly,"
yes,
claim so and so.
right.
He said that in my Father's house of many mansions, they were not
Yes.
so.
I would
And
not.
he even told me sometimes, leave your kindred, and in thee shall
Yes.
all of the earth,
Yes.
all of the families of the earth be blessed. So I felt entitled.
Entitled.
But the problem is, he was talking to people, not necessarily to Wendell.
And he was giving
But
people an
because sometimes I'm messy and I'm in everybody's business,
You're not.
I'm thinking if he said it to them,
Yeah.
he means it for me
For
too.
me too.
Yes.
See,
Yeah.
that's how crazy I am in believing that if God told Abram, he's also
This will
telling
tell
me.
me. Yeah.
So that's what makes me feel entitled. I thought about that thing after the morning show. I said, you flip back and flip back again.
Yes.
Now I gotta flip back because I want to stand strong and say, yes, I'm entitled, but I shouldn't expect because I am not worthy. I am entitled because he told me I should be.
Yeah.
But I am not expecting because I am not worthy.
Wow.
So I will say that. So I did do some studying. See, y'all think, yeah. Because I had to really think about it. Why shouldn't I feel entitled?
Right.
Yeah, you're right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So just like when Lady Angie was talking about her husband and the kids, you should feel entitled because that means you feel like God put you in the right place.
Right.
Yeah.
But the expectation part, you need to be cool because you should, even if you expect it, don't act up if you don't get it.
Right.
Right.
That old saying, though, you ought to be old enough where your wants don't hurt you. If you don't get what you want, it ain't gonna hurt you. That's
Right.
where I'm at. I want to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I still want to be able to say, yes, I have it because God said I can.
That's
Can.
right.
Right.
And I agree with you, what you said in the morning show, because you follow the formula.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna put God in the formula because he's greater than
He's
that.
greater than the formula.
Yeah, but
That's right.
I do want to feel entitled.
That's right.
Yeah.
You can't call yourself a child of the king and you act and I'm sorry.
I totally agree with what you said.
Oh, you gonna flip back now?
No, I totally agree with
think you
everything you
should.
just said, except I have a flip of the words. And that's just that I think when I expect him to give me my gifts of royalty, I don't think that's wrong. But when he doesn't give me what I think he should give me because I feel entitled, that's when I mess up. So I think,
see,
I
my
think
thing is,
still the
I-
expectation is good. And I think the expectation
Yeah.
comes from knowing the word. When you know the word and when you have faith, and you believe that this father of royalty
Yeah.
covers you,
Yeah.
you should expect some
Yeah.
big things. But when we go into that place of entitlement, we stop appreciating
Yeah.
the gifts and we expect the gifts without us even having to do anything.
But I do agree that I feel entitled because I'm not shocked when it happens. Let's just say
Yeah.
that. It's not that I'm asking for anything specific.
Yeah.
But when he blesses me,
Yeah.
I feel I'm not shocked because I'm entitled.
And that's where I feel I've crossed the line into entitlement because when he blesses me, I don't feel surprised. That's
Ooh.
I think that's not good.
That is not
When he
good.
blesses
But you
me
said the
big
same thing
time,
I did.
Yeah, when he exactly.
I'm not
it's like
surprised.
we're saying the same.
Yeah,
When he
yeah, I ain't
blesses me
shocked.
big, I'm like, this is the norm.
Because you're
Yeah.
expected.
This
It's
is what he
expected.
does.
That's
Yes.
that's
but
the
I should be like, God,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
look at you.
Yeah. Right.
yeah.
So I'm
well,
getting-
that's
I'm
where praise
forcing-
comes from. That's
yeah.
part of you put that as
Right.
part of your equation
Yes.
because you did it.
I'm forcing
So-
myself into a space now of where everything is about gratitude.
Oh, see, you
And I
know what? You
want-
know what? You want to be humble.
I want to be
No,
humble, and
I
wanna be
believe his
grateful
word
for
so much
everything.
now that even humble is a cop out because it's not a cop out.
Right.
Me acting humble as if he didn't bless me like he did is me acting surprised. I
want
think
to
I am
at least-
entitled.
I want.
Yeah.
I want to stay entitled.
I want to be surprised.
I disagree with both of
Okay.
you. I
Okay,
don't want to
good.
be. I don't think I'm entitled, or I don't have a lot of expectations. Church has
Yeah.
taught us to be entitled and have expectations.
Oh, yeah.
But when it comes to me, to wake up is a blessing.
It is.
So I don't look at certain things as entitlement because he don't owe me anything.
Nothing.
He has given me more than he even owed me.
Already.
Right.
So therefore he don't owe me anything.
Right.
Right.
So just for him allowing me to wake up, I should feel great. I should feel grateful automatically. So
Yeah.
when he blessed me, I'm even more grateful.
More grateful.
I'm even, I appreciate it even more because it's not what I deserve.
Right.
Right.
Because if we be honest, the sin that we have committed, we don't deserve anything.
Right. I agree.
But he gives us even more what we don't even think or even ask sometimes.
yeah.
He gives
He
it
goes
to us.
above and
Look at
beyond.
Job. Job went through all that he went through, but Job didn't feel entitled
No.
or anything, but Job was blessed because he still kept serving God.
That's right.
Yeah.
The church has given us entitlement to make us feel like if we serve God, then he that car we need, he's supposed to give it to
Yeah.
us. That's not what
Yeah,
he
see, I don't
said.
see it like
he's
that.
not a
It's
genie.
not what he. Yes,
Everybody
it's not
wants
what
to
he
make God
gives
into
us.
a genie.
But
He's
in
not a genie.
reality, is we're not entitled to anything.
None of it.
Every day we wake up, it should be a humbling experience because there's somebody that didn't wake up this
Yeah.
morning.
Yeah.
There's somebody that couldn't raise their hand this morning. There's somebody that couldn't use their legs. So I don't feel entitled. Every morning I wake up with gratefulness because I could have laid there in that bed and been paralyzed over the simplest
That's
thing.
right.
So I don't look at entitlement because I don't feel like I'm entitled to anything. My house, my car, my money, anything. He can send a burglar in and take all of it
Yeah,
instantly.
yeah.
And I lose all of
Yeah.
it. But I'm thankful and grateful to him because even through all that I go through, it's only him that keeps me.
Always.
Yeah, I'm still gonna be
He does.
entitled.
But no,
He's
that's
sticking with it.
because everybody is different when it
And
comes to
I
that.
think that's why I like we having this subject
Yeah.
because I still want people to believe that when I say entitled, it's because
You expect.
I know that I accept his son
Yeah. Yeah.
and I am saved and the fact that I surrender who I am to him
right.
and that he uses me.
Right.
And because he uses me, I now feel entitled to all the promises
Yeah. Yeah.
that he said.
So you
I'm not gonna call God a liar, and I it's the promises that he made.
So you-
and the same promises meaning if you do wrong, I'm
Right,
gonna do
right,
this
right,
to you.
right,
So
right.
I'm entitled. So when I do wrong, I expect him
yeah
to
yeah.
chastise me.
Right,
I
right.
expect her to cut me down at the knees. But when he said, I shall give you,
Mm-hmm.
and this shall be so and so, and by thy stripes, and I'm humbled by it,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I don't deserve it, but I still
Yeah. Yeah.
feel entitled.
Yeah, I mean, it can be a point where a lot of people can be in your position where if the word says that, then it brings
Yes.
about a different meaning because entitlement may mean a different way.
Yeah.
In his
Right.
Because the thing
Right.
is, when you feel you're entitled to
Yeah.
good health,
yeah
you're entitled to whatever. When things come, you get knocked down by it because
Right,
you
right,
have
right.
a thought that God, I'm doing everything that you
Yeah.
want me to
Yeah.
do. why would you allow my husband to almost die?
Yeah.
Why would
yeah.
you do this?
Right.
I mean, we bless others, and
Right,
and
right,
that's
right.
entitlement. That's
Entitlement.
royalty
Oh,
speaking.
yes.
That's entitlement.
God,
Yes.
I do this,
You're right.
and I do
Entitlement.
that, and I am this, and how could I almost lose my husband?
Right. When
Yeah, but
you
look-
Under
did.
these
But go back to your
circumstances.
definition.
But then when I got to that point and realized that I have an expectation that you will carry me,
Yeah.
but I'm not entitled
That's
To
right.
any of it.
Yeah.
Right.
to anything. I'm not entitled to my life, much less his.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, and I think
Because he has control over everything, an aspect of my life, like Mario said, everything that happens is what I'm entitled to. The good and the bad. I'm entitled.
you're entitled to everything
Yes,
that happens
because I
to you.
believe what he says. Because I believe.
I mean,
see,
I can see
we're,
it that-
we're looking
from.
at entitled as if we are going to receive something.
Right.
As if it's a gift.
Right.
When my mother said, if you don't do this, this going to happen, I was entitled. That was a whooping. It's not always good because God said to his children, this, and this. Because we believe it to be true, that's what you're entitled to.
Maybe.
It's not, in my opinion.
But my thing
Yeah.
is, in my definition of entitlement is rooted in a prideful heart.
That's my fear.
Right.
That's where
Right.
that's where I see
Right.
the entitlement
And I don't
because
like
now, and I don't like that because of the simple fact because now it's more so of, and I see where you're bringing out the definition of entitlement.
Yeah, I want to start the argument.
No, we're
So
not.
funny.
No, when I say argument,
No.
because
Yes.
it really is, because there's a big difference between theological understanding and then philosophical understanding.
Right, right.
Right.
So we're being philosophical, and I'm being theological,
Theological, right.
on purpose.
and I understand that because what I was saying, like on the morning show, I'd come to a point of faith and believing in God and His Word and His goodness and kindness that I'd allowed myself to take on an air of entitlement. And in my opinion, once I took on that air of entitlement, it was in a danger zone.
And I agree
Because
with you.
at that point,
Yeah.
anything that did not go according to
How
what
you
His
plan.
Word said,
Exactly,
or according
exactly.
to
Yes.
what I thought His Word meant for my life,
For
your
or
life.
according to my deeds,
Yes.
then I was like, this is not what you said.
Right.
For
But
me.
my but my expectations of God have not changed.
Change, right.
I still
Yeah.
expect Him to come through every
Yeah.
time.
Right.
But if He doesn't, I know there's a lesson in it for me.
Yeah.
I know there's a growing process in it for me.
yes.
I know there's an experience in it for me that I have to go through.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Because He sees what I can't see.
That's good.
And
That's
He
good.
understands what I can't understand.
I like that.
And see,
I
what
like
you
that.
said, it made me think about her, like she said, that pride.
Yes.
When
Yes.
you think of expectation or entitlement, you think of that pride.
You do.
And that's what I try to keep myself. I can only speak for me, but I try to keep myself out of that pride because that's what's wrong with the world
That's
in the
what's
church.
wrong with the world.
Yeah.
We feel like just because Mama said we're supposed to have
Yeah.
it, we're entitled
Oh,
to
yeah.
it, and that's not reality
That's right.
a lot
Yeah.
of times. Because what makes you exempt from going through the same trials I got to go through?
Exactly.
We serve the same God.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what's different? Your husband got to go through a heart surgery. My wife may have to go
Yes.
through. It's no
Yeah.
different.
Right.
But we feel entitled.
We feel
I do
entitled.
this and I do
Yeah.
this and
I
I
do
give
this.
this. So why I got to go through this?
Right.
No, we have to
We
go
all
through these
have to
things
go
to make
through.
us strong.
That's
Yeah.
right.
And that's where the entitlement has to humble down. Because at the end of the day, if God don't do it, even if He don't do it on this side, do you still hold the entitlement
yeah.
when you get to the other side?
Exactly.
Yeah.
See, I want to keep saying I'm entitled when it comes to him, but with everybody else, I'm not entitled.
You're not.
If I'm just because you're the pastor of the church, you're not entitled.
Right.
Just
Yeah.
because I'm a member and you're my best friend
Yes.
doesn't make you entitled. I just want to keep stabbing in
Right,
there
right.
that because of what God has drilled into my heart
Yes.
and my spirit and in His writings, that I'm entitled. But
And
it's
in His
not
blessings.
to receive. But
And
I
in
just
His
want people to
covering.
understand, to be entitled This ain't all good things.
Yeah.
Right. Because you could be entitled to punishment.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. You could be entitled to punishment.
So whether
People
I'm
don't
prideful
examine that
about
area.
it,
They don't look-
and that's where I'm.
when it's-
That's where I'm
in the butt.
hoping. That's where I'm hoping that we segue
Yeah.
into,
Yeah.
and that's why I refuse to move from it, because if you fall against His laws,
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
even
That's
though
right.
there's grace and there's mercy, grace
Exactly.
and mercy came along so that we can have some type of expectation and understanding.
Right.
But there's still law.
Yes.
There's still
It's
law.
like-
And I think, and I'm going to go here.
Go.
Come
a
on.
lot of people, because we have a whole crazy thing going now with all these titles, right?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
now we have titles that is attached to certain entitlement.
That's right.
Yes.
You understand? So according to a title requires a certain entitlement.
Mint.
You know
It's-
what?
Yes.
We caught you.
So now we become bishops and we become certain pastors and chiefs in different, because they putting levels on entitlement.
But when you
title
said
brings the
they,
entitlement.
now it doesn't go with my theological.
Right.
Okay.
Now it's philosophical.
That's different.
But
That's totally different.
that's totally different.
Right,
but
right.
now the church has become corrupt with a lot of
yes.
titles
Right.
that has now really rushed in so
Right.
much entitlement
Right.
that is now brainstorm deceitfulness.
Yes.
And I'm gonna
It's
tell you why
really
people-
pushed us in that.
People love entitlement because of the title, but
Yeah.
they don't realize that entitlement brings responsibility.
Right.
A lot, but they don't want
They
this
don't want the
responsibility.
responsibility.
No.
They just want
No.
the title
No.
and the entitlement.
Yes.
Right.
But responsibility comes with everything
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
is related to entitlement.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we really want to definitely, because if Jesus laid down, his entitlement,
Yes, he did.
and when he became, human, and he came to, on earth, he laid it all the way down to show that, okay, hey, although I mean, it was many instances,
Yes.
Jesus even dying on the cross, man, ain't you the
He
Son of
did.
God?
Yeah.
Right,
You
right.
can change all this.
Picked up
His entitlement.
His entitlement
was questioned.
It was
Yeah.
questioned,
Yeah.
right?
And the Garden of Gethsemane, it was questioned.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, you know what? It's so many things that he humbled himself
Yes, he
that
did.
he
Right.
could have changed,
Right.
and he could have changed the whole situation.
Right,
But he
You
right.
understand? But he
Right.
didn't,
He did.
even though he was entitled.
But come on, now here come the segue. But why?
But why? Right.
He
right.
had to fulfill the promise.
Promise. That's right. He did.
See, I always believe
He did.
That's the responsibility that was with the entitlement.
theologically,
And he wasn't even enjoying the entitlement part.
there's a word, there's a promise.
That's right.
And there's the power.
That's right. That's
so,
right.
And with those three,
Yeah.
I feel entitled because of his word.
Yeah.
And because of his promise. And his promise was tested
Yeah.
by the Son.
By the Son. That's
and
right.
then it was tested by God's anger, because that's the only other time he said, listen, okay, I
Yeah.
flooded y'all last time. I promise
Yeah.
I
yeah.
won't do that again.
Right.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah.
So that's an expectation. He will not flood,
He will not.
He would
but
not.
he will
Gonna come back.
burn this
Do it.
sucker down.
Yes, he will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we really, because, and this really needs to be taught, not just
yeah.
on this platform,
Yeah.
but it really needs to be taught
Yeah.
throughout, many churches and throughout different other platforms, where, because we have adopted that act of entitlement.
Yeah.
We have adopted that act of, going along to get along, even in the church environment. So, we've adopted, becoming pastors and bishops and ministers of music and all this other stuff
Yeah.
because of what it comes with.
Yep.
I want to start a church because it comes with different perks. I want to
Yeah.
start a ministry because it comes with, and it's all that act of entitlement.
Yes.
What
Yes.
comes with it. But like Lady Angie say, it comes also with responsibility.
Right.
But nobody wants the responsibility. They want the entitlement that it comes
Yeah.
with.
Right.
Like Big Win said, and it really stuck out to me, you got to look at the good and the bad.
Yes.
And a lot of people don't want the bad.
That's what I was going to say.
We
When
can
you
talk
say
about
you
the
entitled,
good all
yes,
day
indeed.
long, but the bad.
Yeah.
The trials, the
Right,
things
right.
you got to go through, the
Right.
fasting, the praying
Right,
for
right.
that title. Nobody wants to go through all of that, but I want the money.
Yeah.
Right, right.
You call me to preach, I need that financial blessing. Or when you announce my name, I need you to say Dr. Reverend so and so.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I need everybody to know
Right,
who I am.
right.
And
There are
all
people
my
that won't move if you don't say the doctor.
Yeah, yeah, you won't move.
They sitting there,
Because that
doctor,
title-
doctor.
yeah,
They
yeah.
sitting there calling your name, and you like, I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
I'm Angela Wilson all day long.
Right,
I'm
right.
That's
Win.
my name.
Right.
So if you get up there and say Angela Wilson, I will get up.
Yeah.
Say Dr. Angela Wilson, I will get up.
Right. Right.
If you say Lady Angie, I will get up.
Yep,
Right, right.
Yep.
But there are some people that are so stuck on the title.
That title.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't say doctor, they like, psh.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Or other people will
And
yell
this is
at
at the
you.
gospel program.
That's
You
what I'm
looking
ready
at
to
the
say.
gospel program.
If you accidentally call Reverend,
What?
Bishop.
Yes.
But if you say Reverend, it's Bishop.
It's Bishop.
Somebody gonna correct
They
you.
can correct you, yeah.
Yeah, but when that same lady that just
Different
corrected
story.
me
That.
is dying, the bishop don't show up.
Don't
yeah,
show up at
yeah.
all.
Yeah, and another area we can look at with entitlement, we deceive ourselves into thinking we're better than we are.
And we are.
So we deserve better than what we have.
Yes.
And that's another area of, entitlement that we really have to, because now that brings on living above our means.
Exactly.
Living above what we already have, or
Yes.
thinking we're better than where we are.
Yeah, there are people who say,
and
I am royalty, so
yes.
I should be living in $1 million house.
Right.
If you can afford it, my
only if you can afford it. That's
praise
right.
God. You are royalty,
Right.
you can afford
Right.
that mortgage.
Yeah, yeah.
But you can't run around saying I'm a child of God, so I should have.
Yeah, yeah.
No, it don't work like that.
Because
Right.
See, that's
right.
see, to me, what you're claiming to be and what you're professing should be your entitlement is two different things. Because one, you're being actually ridiculous.
when you run
But
around like
if
that,
you
you're
ask me a question like you did, and I say when it comes to God,
Right.
then I go only to the word,
Yeah.
not on what my faith is.
Right.
So, but if you were to ask me the way I live my Christian life, what am I entitled to? Then my answer would be totally different.
Yeah.
Totally
You-
different.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have a question, right? So, and this goes around the whole table.
No, don't leave it for them.
No, this is
you too.
this is you too.
Because I feel
you
petty.
Too.
I feel petty
no,
right now.
no.
for some
This is for
reason.
you too.
My petty meter just came on. Go ahead.
So, as a parent,
I knew it.
do you feel a sense of accomplishment if your kids feel entitled? As a parent, do you feel a sense of accomplishment? Because if your kids become entitled or feel entitled to your accomplishments or to you working hard in your life, and your kids become entitled to whatever you worked hard for, do that make you feel accomplished in life?
No.
I was gonna say the same thing. My kids feeling entitled, it doesn't make me feel anything, because one thing, we really, really, really constantly let them know that nothing we have is of our own. We let them understand that all of this is God.
Right.
We let them
Okay.
know that this is not the norm.
Yeah.
We let them know we don't say yes to everything that we can do.
Okay.
We have all types of structure
Okay.
that's created
Okay.
to avoid a sense of entitlement. Because when you have kids who feel entitled, when they become of age, you've damaged them.
Yeah.
And that is something that we have really, really focused on, making sure that they understand, everybody does not have a life like this. And I'm not talking about the money. I'm talking about a home with both parents.
Yeah.
This is not a
This is yeah.
I'm talking about loving parents that support you and actually ask you, how was your day?
Yeah.
And check
And they listen.
in, and they listen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about people who care about your voice.
Yeah.
And you having a voice.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
as much as my mommy adored me, and she did, I didn't have a voice. It was
have a taste of-
there was no voice.
Yeah.
So her answer for most of my youth was, because I said so.
Yeah.
So I stopped asking, because that was always the answer. So I really, really like to hear their feelings and I like to check in with them. So I'm coming from a different place. And I hope that that won't make them feel entitled, but
right.
instead will make them realize that they have a voice. Because they do.
I'm glad y'all answered this.
You know what?
I knew this was not going to be. You take that camera off of me because Mario.
Directly on him.
No, because no.
But
Mario,
I'll answer.
please do. God bless you.
One,
God bless you.
So funny.
one person that really sticks out to me, and then I'll talk about myself, is a gospel singer. Her mother sings, and she wanted to find her own way. And she didn't want to use her mother's accomplishments to get her where she wanted to go. And that's the thing about it is, even though I may accomplish a lot of things, I don't want my kids to feel like they're just walking into gold.
No.
Because
Yeah.
when they think that way, if I lose everything before they're old enough to obtain it, then they'll be sitting there expecting somebody else to just hand it to them.
Right.
Life isn't handed to nobody. That's where the world goes wrong. Let's be real. That's where a lot of young people are wrong because their parents have let them feel like they're entitled to whatever they have worked for.
Yeah.
You're not entitled to my bank account. You're
Yeah.
not entitled to my cars or my home.
Right,
This is
right.
a privilege to live here or ride in this. But you're not going to walk into my accomplishments and go out there because if we be honest, if you leave here tomorrow, your daughters may cannot follow your footsteps and somebody respect them the same way they will you.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about it is they can't feel entitlement because of what you have
Right.
laid out. They got to walk into that same path and do things themselves or whatever. So with me, I don't want my kids to feel entitled because of what I accomplished.
No.
Feel grateful to God for what I accomplished.
We accomplished.
Right.
Right.
You know,
I
but
agree.
But
Don't-
I want to know why strangers feel entitled to whatever it is you have. I've never understood that. You talking about your kids. I understand that to a degree. But you have strangers who feel entitled to all you have.
When you call strangers,
Strangers meaning not your children.
Wait,
Not
so-
your responsibility.
So they other relatives. That's strangers.
Anybody, strangers. If you are
That-
not
if
living,
they not in your
if
house.
you don't live
Right.
at such and such and such a address.
You a stranger.
You're
You
a
a stranger.
stranger. The stranger
You are.
danger.
Listen.
So literally, I'm trying to understand why if my kids, I'm trying to make my kids not feel entitled, and I'm listening to you, and I'm thinking, but it's sad because I am actually creating a belief, or had created a belief that people were entitled to me, to access to me, and to
Oh,
mine.
we gonna
and
talk about that, too.
And so that's an entirely different area because if my kids shouldn't feel entitled, good Lord,
It
strangers.
just shouldn't definitely
But
not
you
feel
said the
entitled.
key
Definitely
word.
not
You
feel
have
entitled.
allowed
You've
them
allowed them.
allowed that.
Yes,
feel that
yes.
way.
But
We're gonna talk about that
the
too.
sad part is, why do you eat? Like for me, I can't. No one can even allow me to feel that way because I never feel I have.
But that's
I'm entitled to anything of
but
anyone
that's
else.
that's you,
Right.
And you when you allow that, and when you open the gate, and you allow that into your space, into your home, into your mind, into any part of you. That's something that they feel expected. They feel whatever you have, they expect to have it.
Can I ask you this? Is that the entire world?
Of course,
Because I found that the entire world
of course,
feels entitled.
Of course,
To you.
We have somebody that's trying to
Yeah.
get in the office right now,
Yeah.
Mr.
Yeah.
Trump. He feel
Yeah.
entitled to that
Entitled to
seat.
Trump.
The
Yeah.
entire
Yeah.
world seems to feel entitled, and I mean with no reciprocation.
No,
without anything that they've
Nope.
done to gain the merit.
Right.
But just everyone in the world, in my opinion,
Right.
seems to feel entitled.
Yep.
Right. But if you put that boundary, that's why boundaries are put
Yeah.
there in place, because and I have many conversations with him, even when I first met him, a lot of things he did, I just didn't agree. I was like, you crazy. Because, even down to my children, all the way down to friends or whatever, I put up a boundary and a space.
Yeah, boundaries are good.
Yeah, boundaries are very good.
I've learned boundaries are amazing.
Yeah.
Listen, you don't understand.
Yes, I
The boundaries are very good.
They are very
but
good.
when you put that boundary on people, strangers, children, anybody that you need to put boundaries on, you create an actual actual atmosphere and an expectation for them not to cross.
Yeah.
You understand? And when they get to that point, they automatically know and reminded of, okay, that person, I can't try like that. This person, I can't get this from this person. This person is going to automatically say no because they're going to come with questions. They're going to come with different scenarios. You have to go through so many different things to get what you want from this person.
So in other words, in this world right now, everyone is going to try you.
Everybody,
Yeah.
That's
because
so sad.
but the world has created. If you don't try, then how
You'll
will you?
never know.
You'll never know.
You'll never know.
sad.
And that's the thing about it is, like you said, you have to set those boundaries.
Yeah.
Because like you said, everybody will try you. Even if you get on there right now and you post.
But I don't
"Well,
try
I'm broke."
anybody, so why
But no,
don't
you
I
don't
try
have
people?
to, but because people see you humble.
I don't even ask people for references.
It-
I'm humble
you-
when I ask
but
for
that's
a
you,
reference.
though.
You have a different mindset than a lot of people. See, a lot of people don't
Yes,
think that
you
way.
do.
A lot of people feel like, oh, she got it.
Yes.
You post this car or you post your house or anything. So, oh, she got it. So it's not going to bother her to give me just a little of what she have. Don't matter if she's really struggling in reality,
That's insane.
but I'm looking at her social media, so I see all this lavish, so I want some of that lavish. This little portion ain't going to hurt her. So if I ask for this portion, she's going to say yeah because she's a giver. But that's where you have to set boundaries because
Yeah.
if you don't set those boundaries, you will always find yourself giving. I'm saying that because that was me.
Right?
See, the only way you
That
could
was
be a
me.
giver is because you started giving.
Yep.
Well,
That's a good point, though.
I actually started
That's a good point.
No, I started giving.
He said that people would see what she has.
Yep.
And make her a giver. No,
Yeah.
if she started once she started giving,
Yeah,
then she
that
became
made
a
you
giver.
Yeah.
Now, can I
I
answer?
was born a giver. So that's
No,
the
you
problem.
wasn't born a
I
giver.
was literally born. I was that kid that would share. Literally.
Yeah.
When I
Okay,
say I
that's-
was born a giver,
Yeah.
I mean intentionally what
You-
I'm saying.
you
I was
would-
born
you
a
share.
giver.
You-
I was
you-
the kid that would walk
they
up
didn't
and
even
break
need
my
us-
candy and
yeah,
give it to you.
yeah, they
You
yeah.
didn't even have to ask for it.
Oh yeah,
So the
yeah.
sad part for
I'm that
me-
one that's wondering why you looking at me eat my
Yeah.
candy.
Stop staring at me, kid. But yeah, I was that little kid.
I was. I'm sorry. That
And
was
that's what
me.
confuses me.
Yeah, I'll let the
I
other
never-
piece of ice cream melt.
Yeah.
Before I get to you, I'm gonna eat this one. You know,
But I would look at you and you
Yeah.
have a candy bar. I would never ask you for some of your candy.
And see,
You
Yeah.
didn't offer it
That's
to me. I
me.
wouldn't
But you know
dare.
what? Okay, okay,
yeah,
listen.
You won't ask, and I,
mean,
won't
now,
offer.
let me explain. This is not who I am.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not saying.
I'm boundary queen now.
Right.
Yeah.
And when I say I'm boundary queen, I argue with myself. No, I'm not doing that.
So do
But
you
I have been that.
with your mindset, right, and
Right.
where you were,
Yeah.
you expected everybody to be or do what you have done,
No,
or
I
do or is doing.
I expected everyone to be good. I expected everyone to be kind. I expected
Why you say,
everyone to reciprocate.
We had
I expected if I was good to you, why wouldn't
No.
you be good
Yeah,
for
no.
me?
That's why I knew
she
was going.
If I
I knew
fed
it.
you, why wouldn't you feed
No,
me?
Exactly.
no.
If I was
Yeah.
there for you, why wouldn't you be there for
But
me?
we
Yeah.
had that
Yeah.
That doesn't
conversation
work that
of
way.
what you expect of other people are not always what you're gonna get back. You're not gonna
It's
get you.
never
You're not
what I
gonna
get
get you
back.
from somebody else. And we had that topic. I can't remember what the topic was, but a lot of times we look for us and others.
I don't even look for me because I know me is a different level.
Well, I mean, not
can't even
you.
find a scrap of me.
But I'm saying
in
not you.
others.
But when you
That's
Dog.
confusing.
Dog.
No,
I'm looking for a scrap of me
Good
in
gracious.
others.
Yeah.
You
But
know
I
the
can't even
problem.
find little
You know what's
crumbs.
funny? Everything she's described about herself is exactly me.
See?
But I'm
Oh.
just a dude.
Oh wow,
wow.
that's crazy.
See,
people.
y'all don't believe it, but
No.
yeah, I'm the same exact
I
way.
believe you.
So that's what made me cut people because I'm like, wait a minute, I can't deal with you because I know for a fact I never would have done that to you.
That's
Yep.
me
Yeah.
constantly.
Yeah. So
In
that's what
every
made me study
situation.
people. And going back to the original question, yes, I expect my children to feel entitled. I want to stay with the fact that this word we're using is a feeling word.
Yes, it's
You
a feeling.
determined to make
You determined. Yes,
See,
you
you like
is.
ghetto gospel. You determined to make entitlement a good word.
No, it's
but
not.
it is not gonna be.
I'm
Now, I
trying to
ain't gonna
tell
mess
you,
with you.
it
Now,
is
I
a
feel
good. It is a good
highly-
word.
I think you highly.
You literally are teaching your
highly
children. You have a
expect-
son and daughter
I want
that
them to highly expect.
that in their lives.
Yes.
Because of what they saw.
Yes.
they know they need to serve God. If you serve God,
Yes.
you can live where you want. If you so and so,
That's
if you
true.
do right by people, that is what they are
But I
supposed
want
to
them to
expect.
also
You have trained your
understand-
children correctly, and I'm not going to let nobody sit and say, "I don't want them to think." No,
I don't-
They may not need to say, "Oh, when mom and daddy ain't here, we gonna get this house." No, some people are like that. That's
Right,
ghetto.
right.
That's what I don't like.
Yeah.
He say that.
I'm saying that there are children that ought to think, because I see the formula of my mother and my father and my grandmother and my granddaddy, that here's what I need to do,
Right.
and not fall off of that.
Yes.
And I'm entitled to this, and this if I follow what
The
I was
formula.
trained.
Right. Okay.
So yes,
I told you how that formula
So-
sometimes don't work. No
Yeah.
more.
But Big
Yeah.
Win,
I told
how can you actually feel where they would feel entitled to that if
They
they
should.
follow a formula or follow certain things?
See,
Because
remember,
if you don't
expectation
get,
is when you give, when you
No,
add something to the mix. Entitlement is when you add
Yeah.
nothing to the mix. You always going to train them to add something to the mix. So that's why I keep
Because-
telling you, you want them to have expectations, and you have expectations. You do not feel entitled. You do not say, "I'm not going to do nothing, God, and you're going to bless me."
no, that ain't what. See,
That's
that
entitlement.
God said, if you don't work, you don't eat. That's what I know.
Right. That's it. So
That's
you have
what
an
I know
expectation
from
that-
him.
You have an expectation that if I work, God, I'm going to eat. That's
Yes.
a high.
Yes.
That's an expectation.
Yes, an
There's
expectation.
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But you don't believe. How dare I not be able to go in there and make me a filet mignon? That's when you get entitled. How dare I
No.
not be able to buy what I want to eat?
No,
God's
that's-
going
that's
to
when you-
always provide food for you. Expectation. It might not be exactly what you want.
Oh, see,
Entitlement.
now you're taking what God. You're telling God He's going to feed me, and you're listening to God. I didn't say nothing about that.
What I'm saying is-
God-
what I'm saying is
I
based
do
on the
believe, I do
definitions,
believe that God is
expectation is
going
about-
to. He's going to supply all of my needs.
Right. And that's
According
that's
to.
expectation.
right.
Right.
Expectation.
Right. That's
expectation.
expectation, and because I believe
And that's
His
good.
word.
That's still expectation.
Because you believe his word now, it's entitled.
Stop it. Stop
Yeah,
it.
not,
Stop it. You gotta take a nap and then we'll come back and talk about it.
because
He
you
took a nap.
believe it.
Yeah,
Now I'm entitled to it.
It's so
Now this is
funny.
what your word saying. And see, I see how you were taught and brought up, sir. I see how you was. Yes,
But
I
see, what I
see you.
see is, what I see when I look at you is Angie when God says, nah. Because when he says nah, I'm like, huh?
No, see, I'm the
No,
total
God,
opposite.
because you have given no.
No, I believe in His will.
Your word says that's me. Your word says that you will. Your word says that I will. Your word says so. I will flip His word, and He looking at me like, you telling me my word, baby girl.
Yeah.
And I said, no, I was just saying.
No,
What
I ain't gonna
said
flip it.
was,
So Big Win. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
So listen
yeah.
to this,
It's
right?
other people that's going to say,
I
have so much faith in Him.
But listen, right?
I'm gonna
So
walk
if His word,
boldly.
now you believe in His word, right?
Yes.
So we know that
Yeah.
Jesus is the word, right? Okay.
Yes.
So now listen. If when He died on the cross, right,
Yeah,
and we
come
know,
on.
you know the word that says He'll never leave us nor forsake us,
That's
but
right.
then on the cross He said, "God, why have Thou forsaken me?"
why
So do you believe that basically when He stepped into that realm of, oh, why God, why have Thou forsaken me?
Right.
When you said in your word, you know, you will never leave me nor forsake me,
Right.
but that entitlement area
entitlement.
and that expectation, He was supposed to do something at that moment.
Why did He
Yes.
say on the cross, God, why did Thou forsake me?
I think he
What
knew,
was that the prime example
I
of
think he knew
theologically?
I think not theologically. He knew God. I'm going to go through this, and I'm going to suffer. And think about us. I understand I'm going to suffer. I understand things are going to come in life, but sometimes when it goes to a certain degree, we're like, hey. Why
That's
am
enough.
I still? I'm hanging here.
I'm
Can
hanging
I
here.
just die
Right.
already?
Yes.
Okay, I've let them crucify me. Can I die now? I'm laying here. I mean, I'm up
He was
here on
fulfilling
the
the prophecy
But why couldn't
that
he-
I've come
in his-
back
why-
as flesh
But why did he have to suffer?
from spirit, and I had to die flesh. And He said, unto thee,
Yes.
I commend
I commend you.
command.
Yeah, right.
My
Okay.
what?
my spirit.
My
But
spirit, that's
first
right.
His flesh.
His
Yes.
flesh had to die.
Had to die.
But it had to speak first.
He had to
Yes.
speak first, right? I understand that. I understand that.
So even in the flesh of Christ, the Word,
Yeah.
he knew that he was entitled, knowing that he had a prophecy to fulfill.
Oh, yeah.
But it showed that he had to
You gonna twist it this way.
verbally speak.
Well, let me.
You gonna do it.
Actually, I do. Actually,
He had to verbally
Actually, I
speak
do.
from the flesh. It's
do.
because y'all have a great topic,
Let me
and
tell
this
you
has
a
been
secret. I
theologically
actually-
spoke of,
I
and
actually do
biblically,
agree.
God wants us
I agree with
to
you.
literally
I'm gonna tell you
be
why.
entitled,
I
but
agree.
God never wants us to expect.
Respect, right?
Right.
Okay.
I
But we
agree.
think it's okay to expect.
I agree with the point that at that point where he had suffered so long, I think his entitlement, I am a king's son, kicked in, and he said, "Why hast thou
Stop
forsaken me?
Right.
Because I'm still hanging here, still suffering."
But he still had
because
to-
he was okay with the whole process. He was
Yeah,
okay.
it was-
He didn't want to go through it. He went and talked to
No,
God.
he
I
didn't.
don't want to do
He-
this.
he
But
wanted
then
to
he
go through it.
decided He wanted to go through it, but I think that sometimes.
But
when
four things
let
had
me
to
say
happen
this.
at the cross.
I think at some point when you suffer long,
Ah,
that's when people say, "Wait a minute now."
yeah.
Yes, sir.
Like, okay,
Enough
God,
is
it's
enough.
okay that I had to wait for a husband 5 years.
Uh-huh.
But why am I 15 years waiting?
Right, right.
It's okay, God, that I've been sick 5 years. But why am I sick 15 years?
Yeah.
I think that he had gotten to a point. And guess when you say, "Why am I sick 15 years?
Mm-hmm.
Why am I still hanging here on this cross? I'm supposed to be dead now."
Mm-hmm.
I think that that's when you cross into entitlement because you realize who you are in your royalty.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when it's okay to be in your royalty, but it will mess you up in your thinking.
Yeah.
Because all of a sudden you feel like I should not
Be
have
going through
to
this.
suffer.
Yes.
Hold on, I want to read this. It's a very good. I'm gonna just read the topic, top part of what someone commented. She said, "Awesome topic. It angers me when children feel entitled based off of our accomplishment as parents. You can't ride my coattail in heaven based off of my achievements of good works."
Yeah, I agree with all that.
Yeah, I agree
I
with
like that.
I agree with
like
all
that.
that.
I mean, it was,
I like
she put
that.
more,
I
but
so agree
because
with
that's
that.
I
what I'm
really
saying.
agree with
Yeah.
that.
I
Because,
remember
see,
my
that's the thing about
grandson
it.
was I think he was 12. And come to find out he was, I call it bullying because he's talking to a young girl's sneakers. But I had to remind him that, listen, I adopted you and you had nothing.
Right.
Okay. All
You
right.
was a foster child. And he used to get to the point where, you know, he wanted to know which car I'm going to pick him up in at the school. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So I said, oh, so you getting to that point where he thought that he was entitled
Yep.
to look and carry himself a certain way, because how I was living
Yep.
and how I'm driving.
Yep.
That's totally different. We're talking that's image entitlement.
Right.
Okay.
But we're
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about literally being able to say, okay, I'm going to follow the word of God, or I'm going to follow the path of my parents, or I'm going to follow, because I still say, just because you go to college don't mean you're going to get a good job.
Right.
That's not what we're talking about. Oh,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
because I got a degree, they should be entitled. I don't believe in none of that.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about if whatever God said to me,
Right.
when Jesus was at the cross, he still had to have a message even to the thieves.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So some of the things that he said out loud
right.
that we are privy to know that was said was also something that we need to be able to say amongst others.
Yeah.
So they can hear.
Right. Right.
And it was to the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
Then after that, the Spirit spoke.
Right.
And we're doing the same thing.
You know, you got me twisted.
Yeah.
Because
You got me twisted.
Yeah, because I get where he's coming
Right.
from, like with the formulas and different
Yeah,
things. I
yeah.
get where he's coming from, because even when he was talking just now, I thought about it, and where, you know, I feel entitled because he said, "You shall by these stripes you shall be healed."
Right.
Shall.
Even if it's not on this side, I do
Right.
believe even on the other side, I shall
other
be.
side.
So in the sense, I gotta
You gotta
rethink that,
believe.
because I gotta believe that I am entitled to a healing. So you making me think.
And
a
on the
little bit.
other,
you making me.
and one of the one of the morning shows, you spoke about how when you jumped out there 8 years ago,
Yeah,
and didn't have a job,
Right.
You said you believed.
that
Yeah.
he would. That's what I told you. See, you get me. You get me a little
And what
bit.
happened
You get
is,
me.
what I
You got
love
me.
about this topic, be able to use words,
Right.
Right. Right.
because
Yeah.
it was word that but created.
Created. That's
God
right.
said,
That's
"Let
right.
there be."
That's right.
So if I don't sit here amongst y'all and fight y'all back and say, "Yes, I'm entitled,"
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's me not saying that. Every time he says "shall," 'cause I'm saying it because one time I preached on everything. Every time he says "shall,"
Yeah.
now it could have not happened
Yeah.
when he said "shall,"
Right.
but it just so happened to happen.
Yeah.
So I want to be able to, every time he said "shall," I want to believe it and be entitled to it, and so I can receive it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
See,
but
you
when
got
I
it.
hear the word entitled, we're thinking in the carnal sense.
In the carnal.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
You know, I was
Right.
married to a woman and thought that because I put a certain amount in a check account, she was entitled to go get what she want.
Yeah.
That's
Right. 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 Right.
No, it's not because of your position. But when we talking about
So,
God,
so there's different
and his
there's-
beliefs. Yes,
There's
sir.
different sides of
that-
entitlement.
that's a and we need to teach the people in the church
Yes.
that we're talking about the word, but the position there is absolutely
Yes.
because
Yes.
that's carnal.
That's carnal. That's right.
That's carnal.
That's where the separation
good.
is.
Thank you, sir.
Right.
That's where the
Thank you,
separation
sir.
is
You
because
can put the camera on me now.
Don't put it on them.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Take it off. Huh?
Yep. Yep.
that's where
That's
the
the
separation.
But that's good.
You understand? Because
Yeah.
then now it's the position versus the.
Yes.
That's where the separation comes in. That because if you're in a position of entitlement,
Right.
you understand. Versus
And see, your children
yeah,
aren't in your position,
are
Right.
in your position.
but they're being trained so that when in your position.
They can have.
They should be.
can
They should
handle.
feel entitled,
That's
but they
it.
So
should
that
not
makes a
feel
difference.
entitled at the position
No.
they're in now.
No.
Right.
But the way you train them when they get to your position as a parent,
Yes.
as a worker,
Yes.
and
You
as
can
a
have
worshiper and free, they should feel entitled
Exactly.
to live like you live.
That's what I said. After
Oh, I'll
he
take
break
a minute.
It down, yeah, it take you a
Yeah.
minute, but you got that.
Yeah.
You came around the
At
mountain.
the end of the show, he done made us.
yeah.
No, but see, that's why
But
I
that
think
is
I
good.
think
That's
that the
good.
fact that we sit here like we do,
Right.
Yeah.
and if I understood that, okay, I really need us to lead to this point because there's a spiritual, there's a carnal,
Absolutely.
and this,
Absolutely.
and then
Right.
there's flesh.
Right.
Right.
Flesh tells me the wrong things about entitlement, and I ain't gonna go into that because my flesh is so opposite of my spirit
Yeah.
that
true.
I'm shocked
Literally.
that God even likes the fact that I feel entitled by
That
what He
part.
says.
What
That
he
part.
said. Yeah.
That
yeah.
kind of goes.
I think my
back to-
flesh and my carnal need to come closer,
Yeah.
Right. That
at
kinda-
least.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they don't.
They don't.
That
yeah.
comes back to a comment that is also online that says we tend to keep a better accounting of what we do good versus what
Bad.
we do
Yeah,
bad.
I saw
I
that.
love that.
Woo-hoo, that's
Now
good.
that's good.
Yeah.
That's
Who
good.
said that?
That's
Go
Who
good.
through
said that?
Alfonso Kibi, because some of what we go
That's
through
real
is based
good.
off of what we did yesterday.
Yes.
So God should never be questioned.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I like that comment.
You
Yeah.
know?
That comment is
Like
actually.
you said, though, yeah, like you just said though,
So
we
that's-
have to look
yeah.
at it, the different types of
Yes.
entitlement.
And yes,
And
And that's
is-
the thing
is
that really, because like you said, we all spoke on different types.
Right.
And if we really break down the different types, then
Yes.
we will see it differently.
Exactly.
Or
Yeah,
whatever. So like
yeah,
you said, it's,
right.
I mean,
We have
Or
a
just
spiritual
like
entitlement.
you
Maybe
are
not carnal.
entrepreneur, you're selling things. No
Yeah.
one should be entitled to get it cheaper.
no.
Yes. Yes.
No one.
Yeah.
Right.
I agree.
Nor they on the other flip side of that, a subject you don't like, nor should people that know you come and buy all your stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You shouldn't feel
Entitled.
entitled
No.
Yeah.
from them.
No.
But when it come to God,
Yeah.
every blessing you have should walk through this door.
Now
Yeah.
you just said something. Do you hear me?
I know I did.
And I'm gonna tell you
Now,
why.
put the camera on
You
me.
expect folk to support your efforts and your family, you will be hooked.
Yes.
Because your family and friends
do
will
it.
not support you.
Yes.
But I guess that's
So why do you feel
entitlement.
That's
entitled?
entitlement.
Because it's your family.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're my friend, you're my family.
Right.
Why aren't you listening to the podcast?
Yes.
Listen.
Yes.
I'm on it.
Right.
How
Right.
dare you?
Right. Why should you even have that expectation?
You know?
But what I do expect is that God's word go through, even if it's just 7, 8 people.
That's
That's,
it.
that's right.
it.
That's right.
That's it, yeah.
God bless
Plain
them
and simple.
all.
God bless them all.
Bless
day.
every one of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So okay, let's put it this way then. So was we raised to be entitled?
To a degree. I
Okay.
know I
Say-
feel entitled to a degree because
Wait a
I
minute.
came out into the world expecting love. I expecting to be able to trust
Wow.
people. I expect, and my mother probably wanted me to expect love and expect to trust people, but I did not have that street cred
Yeah.
to know that that's only for 4% of the population.
Yeah.
And the reason,
Yeah.
the reason why I asked that is because, like, we were just talking even about family support and different things.
Yeah.
We are raised
You
with the
expect that.
entitlement.
Yeah.
We
Yes.
are raised to feel like family's supposed to support even if no
But
one
maybe
else
that's
But the
is
supports.
that an
problem is-
expectation though?
No,
That
that's
might be
because
just an
that's
expectation.
because we heard it.
You're right.
But
That's why I said
then,
it was,
if
pushed
you
in
really
us.
if you really dissected to see whether or not it was nature versus nurture
Right. Okay.
in your household, in your family, in your close people, then we
Yeah.
got to go back to our
Yeah,
other
that
subject:
subject, yep.
who's family, who's relatives,
yeah.
and when did you break off
Yeah.
of family? You
Yeah.
know, was it when you got mad because they
Yeah.
didn't support?
Yeah.
But I really believe that every young boy expected their mother to come when they fall,
yes.
not the daddy.
Mm-hmm.
The daddy could be right there on the porch, but the little boy, me, I'm going to yell for mama.
Mama.
Daddy can be coming towards me. Hey, move, mama.
That's hilarious.
That's nature.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, because mom is more nurturing.
in our
Yeah.
minds, and that's how we learned it. So
Yeah.
therefore,
So, yeah.
our first, whoever was our nurturer,
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
became our very first. How dare you not?
Yeah.
That's true.
yeah, yeah.
That's who you say. I expect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not only do I expect,
Yeah.
whoever I feel is my nurturer,
Yeah.
because you start off yearning, nurturing.
That's true.
Because you don't know about money or food. You don't
No.
care. Whoever was your nurturer.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love it.
We the end already?
Listen, we at the end, man.
I told you.
Yeah.
I
this
see
is good.
Stacy was the one talking about
Oh
that.
my God.
Stacy in Fayetteville.
What? If you don't fix that,
What? What? I don't see.
But yeah, we had a great topic today. I think we're freezing online.
I need y'all to
happened?
not think freeze right now.
Yeah. We freezing
froze?
online. Yeah.
I
so,
can't see nothing.
Yeah.
It's terrible. Ooh. That. What? Like I'm having a stroke.
You done done it.
What y'all not gonna do? We're gonna have to delete that whole segment.
But yeah, man.
That's
listen.
straight high point.
Yeah. You know what? But yeah, listen.
got a cigarette.
But yeah, we was in the underground, man. I'm gonna need y'all to go ahead and
Yeah.
click like and share, man. Get your people in the building, let them know we was in the underground. And right now, we gonna go ahead and take it further, man. We gonna go ahead and take it off, take off on this thing.
Yeah.
So I'm your boy, Sebulous the Artist. I'm your brother. I'm your nephew. I'm your cousin, but I ain't your daddy.
And I'm your boy, Big Win, your ultimate entertainer. Sometimes I shock ya, but you might need to turn my mic off.
And I'm Lady Angie, and I don't know why that picture is frozen like that, but and my feelings real bad.
And much as he,
But I'm still here for it.
You-
I love it.
And it's your boy Mario, the solid assassin.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I want that picture to go viral.
I will fight you.
And we already know Jesus is outside. Peace.
Peace out. Wait a minute, is it frozen on me?
It's
Yeah.
frozen on you.
Good.
Yeah, it's frozen on you.
I
You
need
know
it
what?
frozen on you.
Yeah,
'Cause
that's
this,
fine.
My frozen was
My
horrible.
frozen look good though.